lost interest in all that shit because I mean I was a stripper for what 5 years.
I don't know. I didn't know you back then.
5-6 years or something. Yeah. So it was interesting. It's a hierarchy thing, right? It's a tribal thing because what I found interesting is if you were on a stage this big, no one would jump on the stage. But if we ever did a performance where it was on the floor, women would find it okay to come and interrupt the show, which is really, really crazy.
Yeah.
So I would walk in and people would, like, a few girls would just have this look on like, oh my God, who the fuck do you think you are?
Of course, yeah.
And they would do that. But then when all the other women would scream and they would
okay
go
to
crazy,
scream.
then they'd be like, oh, no, I liked him first. I swear to God. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Because your identity morphs away. You can hide within
yeah,
the
but
crowd.
it's like a thing where everyone goes, oh, that's an alpha. And then everyone's brains just go triggered into like, we want that.
Yeah.
It's a
Even though that
pre-selection.
person could be a male stripper that works on his body all the time, but lives in his mum's garage and smokes weed all day. Like, and like for me, like I look back on that time in my life and I'm like, oh God, like I look back on that and I'm like, why? Like, I guess I did it for more money and validation and heaps of sex with heaps of beautiful women. But then I realized a lot of those women were really shallow.
Yeah.
And they would say shit that was so stupid that it would make me uncomfortable.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like, so I would be in, like,
Poor
lying
girls.
next. No, but I'd be lying.
listening to this podcast.
No, but I mean it.
I thought I loved him. You were
But
the
I
one.
mean it. You're like,
Yeah, I
you're
feel
lying
you,
in
bro.
bed and they go, so like, your name's like so funny. And I'm like, oh, what the fuck am I doing here, bro?
Love
And
that.
I just
I've never
can't,
been one of those girls.
I can't
Never been with an A-grade
fathom
people.
that time in my life because I'm like, that was just selling myself
my
short.
Yeah.
So, I mean, a lot of people at the time were like, yeah, bro, that's so sick, man. Yeah, I would never have the confidence to do that, bro. That's
Yeah.
crazy, bro. Heaps of chicks. Delta Seed. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that for me was cool at the time, but I was 22.
Yep.
You know, but
22.
but now, like, I look back on those videos and those times and like the drugs and the sex and like in a nightclub and the floor is sticky and
Sorry,
then
Grandma.
everyone's
Sorry, Grandma.
no, she knows. She knows. But look, and everyone's having those like such shallow moments and shit, and I just think like it's just so shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it makes me embarrassed.
Yeah.
Not so much when I did it in my late 20s.
Your name is pretty funny.
What was you mean his name or his? Did you have
It's a
stripping
joke
name?
because he was talking about.
Did you have a
girls.
I had a
stripping
stripping name.
What was
Yeah,
your
it was
stripping
Carter.
name? Carter. Oh
Yeah,
yeah, I like
Carter
that.
Wilkie,
That's
yeah.
sexy. Yeah, that's sexy.
Yeah. And like, I mean, I was good at it, bro. Like, I was really good at performing. But when I did it in my older 20s, it wasn't because I didn't really stick around and drink as much and
It was
try
a
and
job.
take
It
everything
was a
home.
job,
Like,
right?
But
yeah, you know what I mean? But in my
Here's-
early 20s, I look back on it and I was like, I actually thought I was the shit.
here's a question for you, Kayde, though.
Yo.
Given that environment, right? You got the stage and everything. You're with your homeboys or whatever. You're doing stripping and stuff like that. Now, given that you're highlighted in that moment, would you say that the fact that you're highlighted to other women in that environment because of what you're doing is inherently maybe like a not manipulation, but perhaps like, oh my God, look at this guy.
Yeah.
You know, do you know what I mean?
And
As
here's
in like an
something
isolated a situation where you could be more exposed to more women versus like.
Here's
not.
something really interesting because I see the egos that come through with the new guys, and I haven't lost my youth just yet, bro. You know what I mean? Like if I wanted to put back on the boots or the thong, I could do it.
Yeah.
Maybe I'd have to go to the gym for a little
Girls, if we get 1,000 likes on this video,
Please don't
bit.
wear the thong.
I could still do it, bro. But in saying that, the new guys that come through with the ego and the attitude, I'm like, well, I mean, I can only assume just by the shit they post. And I remember what it was like in that period of time. You literally thought you were the shit.
Yeah.
But here's the most interesting thing. Doing that made me worse with women than I was when I was like from 18 to 20 and like clubbing and shit and actually going out and meeting people.
You're in a false reality.
Exactly. And
This
it
is what
actually
people struggle with,
it
yeah.
actually makes you more insecure because you're more chasing compliments than you are actually having engaging
Being a
conversations.
real human being. Yeah.
Like if I was to be the person that I am now and be single, I'd be dynamite because I would actually pick out the ones I don't want to talk to. And I would have amazing conversations with people that I really enjoy, and people would find the transparency
But
in
it's
that. And
never
go,
going
"Fuck
to
yeah,
happen. It's never going
That's
to
sick."
happen. No, because you're a taken man.
I'm a taken man, so it wouldn't
Back
happen.
off,
But
ladies. Thumbs down for the fact that he's taken. 1,000 thumbs down.
Jeez.
But the